All right, hello everybody. It's Dr. Wu. I'm here with Olympic lifting coach Jose from CrossFit Heat, and today we are going to talk about a very contentious topic amongst Olympic lifters: the bump or the brush. And the bump or the brush is we're talking about is in the second pull, whether or not you bump the bar off your hip or you brush the bar off your hip. So I'm going to let Jose kind of talk about the differences between the bump and the brush, or the brush, and then maybe talk to me about which one you like better.
Okay. I guess the difference between the bump and the brush would be, one, you're just being more aggressive with your hips and overly extending them out in the finish. And then the brush would be, it's making contact with your hip, but it has a more vertical path upwards.
So you want to show us exactly what that looks like. So he's going to show us the bump first, what the bump looks like. Yeah. The brush looks like. Ooh, okay. Yep. Okay. So which one do you like better? What are the advantages of the bump?
The advantages of the bump are you're using, I guess, what they call oscillation, which would be when your hips make contact with the bar. The bar technically is weightless for a second, and it kind of just vibrates in midair. That would be the advantage of that. I think the disadvantage would be a less experienced lifter would bump it outwards, and it would just go wherever it goes, and just have no good bar path.
Yeah.
As far as the brush goes, the advantage would be it'd be a lot straighter pull.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it all comes from. If it's a straighter pull, I mean, there's less variables.
Yeah. Now, Jose is talking about bar path, and it's a really important concept in Olympic lifting. And actually, can you get to the side here? In the bar path, what we'd like to actually see is when he comes down the bump, what is going to happen is you're going to go down from the first pull, Jose, and you're going to come up and bump. Now the bar path comes away from the body, and then he's going to come up and receive into that snatch position. Now in the brush, can you show us the brush? You can see that the bar path here is actually a lot straighter and more vertical. Now, the physics side of me, I particularly like to coach the brush because the bar path is going straight up. There's the least path of least resistance. It's going straight up. You're not losing any forces going all the way up to that position. Also, from a health prevention standpoint, when people do the bump, they end up doing like this, and because they don't necessarily have great shoulder mobility or great shoulder stability, now you're getting the bar that's maybe 200 pounds above your head, but it's going on a bar path like this. And so the physics shows you that momentum is actually going to bring it even further this way, and then they start to grab over and they overshoot. At least in a vertical bar path, it's coming up and it's going straight up like this. Oftentimes you can tell by the way that you fail. So if you fail forward or if you fail backwards, mostly people, from my opinion and from the way that I see my athletes when they do this, when they do a bump, they'll bump and they'll actually miss forward. So they'll miss forward and drop, fail forward. The ones that can do a vertical, they'll miss backwards because it's right above their head, and then they'll be able to step through. Now, which is your favorite way of coaching? Do you like to coach the bump or the brush?
I don't coach either. Basically, I just don't bring it up.
Yeah.
And the way I don't bring it, unless the athlete or the weightlifter is keeping the bar out here like this and bringing hips to it and bumping it like crazy, then I'm not going to say anything.
Right.
Because what we teach, or what I teach, would be to stand up, have your lats engaged, bring it into your hip crease, and then go. If that bumps or brushes, that's unimportant. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on how well they keep their lats engaged.
Yeah.
If they're not keeping their lats engaged and it's bumping, then we have an issue there.
Yeah.
So just like if you had an athlete jumping forward, you want to address that immediately.
Right.
But if you had an athlete jumping back, there's so many different things you could throw in there, and there's so many reasons for it.
Right.
So just like everything, I'd say it depends on the athlete.
It
depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so what we got from this video is it all depends on the athlete, so I can't really give you a for sure answer on anything.
But if I had to pick one,
yeah,
I prefer to look at the brush. I love a more vertical pull.
Yeah.
It's just more consistent.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for your time. If you want more information, please go to www.drwusportspod.com. Until then, see you later.